I am sitting here with Tom Slapich, our Hudson Valley Sports Report Dream Team Boys Lacrosse Coach of the Year. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the season to start with. The beginning of the year, you talked a little bit about having your son Chris, having Tom Holloway. You had a good nucleus. What did you expect when you first started out?
We had very high expectations for the season. We knew we had to plug some gaps and some holes from the prior year of graduation, but we were very excited about what we had coming back. And you know, I think it all came together, obviously.
What did you think the strengths were? Because as the year started to develop, as we talked more and more on the phone, you called games in, we went out and covered games. It just seemed like every week or so something else was picked up or developed. Dominic, for instance, you know, turned into one of the best goalies, you know, in the area. You know, Chris, of course, your son going to Marist, was always, you know, a strong player. Tom was always a great goal scorer. What did you see as the year progressed in terms of, you know, getting better? Because every coach wants to peak at the end.
Right. As the season went along, it seemed as though different pieces and different players were actually coming to the forefront. Dylan Cuvalier stepped up at Middletown and made huge contributions. Yeah. Tyler Jolly, another individual that really stepped up and had some great games for us. And it just seemed like at any one time, one or more kids were just coming up and just all of a sudden blossoming. And it just seemed like everybody, you know, it all came together at the very end. It was nice.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Tyler Jolly's name. How'd you meld that whole Highland-Marlboro thing, given that the two schools kind of are not thrilled with each other at times?
At times, but truthfully, our motto is one team, one family. And those kids have been playing together since youth lacrosse in 6th grade. So it truly is, it's the best team dynamic I think I've ever been around, going all the way, you know, back into the 90s. It's an absolute phenomenal gel of players, it really is.
How much did youth lacrosse help your program?
It helped immensely. Again, as I just said, these kids have been playing together since they were in middle school. I had the opportunity of coaching them at that level, and you know, as they've grown, they've just been able to use that base that they were given as youth players, and it's helped immensely to have that background.
You get to the sectional final, and you're playing a team that you had just lost to a week or two before, in a game that was not as close as certainly as winning a game. But can you talk a little bit about what was different in that sectional final against Cornwall?
I think the confidence level of the boys. In the prior weeks, we went up to Albany and played Troy. Actually went to Troy and played up there. And it was a tough game, and we didn't have all our weapons for that game. And it gave the other kids some confidence. And going forward, you know, we had the opportunity to play against a very tough Saugerties team, and we were fortunate enough to win that game. And then going into Cornwall the second time, I told the kids, you know, if we just take care of our business, you know, everything will be fine. And they did. And we had a totally different game plan going in. We made some significant changes on the defensive side to stop them, and at the face-off X, and it seemed to work, and you know, it was a good outcome for us.
Charlie and I had talked a little bit about of how lacrosse has kind of escalated in the area. You guys win your first sectional title. Rondout wins Section 9's first ever state game, I believe. Can you talk about that progression of the sport in our area?
Yeah, I believe whether it be Rondout, Cornwall, Saugerties, Highland, I think Red Hook. First off, very good coaches at those programs. And underneath them, the youth programs are building. And I think it's just trickling upwards to the varsity. I think it's just a matter of time until, you know, if I'd say we're going to be right there with Section 1, Section 2 in terms of lacrosse. I mean, Roundout, like you said, had a phenomenal year. They were able to capture a victory in the regionals. I don't think we're that far behind.
Against the Section 2 team?
Against the Section 2 team. So I think we're on the cusp of really breaking through for this section. I think the entire section is getting better.
That's Tom Slapich, your HVSR Dream Team Coach of the Year. Congratulations again, sir.
Thank you.
All right.